Hello, you guys. Today we are getting into Drag Race Holland, honey. This is the first episode.
Dogs.
And designer tags.
Episode
And
uno.
Yes, honey.
But that being said, this is very hard to follow. This is, Drag Race Thailand was in a completely different language that was foreign to all of us. But for some reason, with the subtitles and all the kiki, it was like easier to follow because they would just like be like, bing, bang, boom, boom, ah! Just start screaming and cackling.
This is easy to follow with the subtitles too.
It was, well, let's just say we had to watch this twice. We watched it once without subtitles and then once with subtitles. It was a lot.
Yeah, so we'll actually put the link in this video for you guys to watch it in case you guys actually haven't seen it yet, because it was hard for us to find one with subtitles, and then we finally found one.
Like Spanish and French, I could usually like pick up keywords in other languages. I was totally lost linguistically through this program.
Yeah, we'll put the link in here for you guys to see, but for you guys to watch it. But it was good though. Other than that, it was good once it has subtitles. Like it's good.
We probably don't have all the facts straight. All the it's like Drag Race Canada. It's like there's just a lot that's going to be lost in translation.
Yeah, there's a lot that's going to go over our heads.
But I will say this. Gay is the same language.
It is. Now, that is very true. I was just like, they're not saying nothing we don't say. They're not doing nothing we don't do. They're not being just as catty as we are. It's all the same.
Because they're with the snaps, the head bops, the twirls. And
right.
Like, even if I didn't know what they were saying, I still knew what they were getting at.
Right. Reading is fundamental amongst gays everywhere, honey.
Because they were the antithesis of Canada. Now, most Northern European countries are considered pretty docile. They don't have a lot of political upheaval, a lot of like racial issues, immigration issues. Like Northern European countries are
because they don't have any people there of color.
Yeah, they don't. And you had said there were no people of color, but they at least have. I had no idea they had so many immigrants from South America coming to Holland.
Well, because she was from.
I really didn't. So, but there was,
where's Coco Peru from again?
One is from Brazil, Abby. Oh my God!
Yeah, one's from Brazil.
Sure the other one. So
I mean, I don't know why I said Coco Peru, but her last name is Peru. There is a Coco Peru though. That's a different drag queen though.
Yeah. So like I said, there was a lot lost in translation because like the subtitles didn't quite time, and like we don't know where all these girls are from, their backstory. Like we really, really don't. We have very limited information. But let's get into it. Mm-hmm. So the host's name. Now, first of all, we're very glad there's just one host. It was very much better with one host.
He's the RuPaul.
Yeah, he is the RuPaul of Holland, and he's an attractive man. This Fred.
He is.
His name is Fred. We're not even quite clear if Fred crosses over to his male and female persona, or
kind of like RuPaul. Maybe it's kind of just like RuPaul.
Yeah, maybe it's just like RuPaul, but it's just Fred. But as you can see, he's a very attractive man. I love the I love a headband look on anybody, so I was really feeling that. Yes. So they basically do the intro.
So yeah, RuPaul had sent a little video, they tried to make it seem like it was like live, but I'm like, no, she sent a video, but asking him to be to host it, and he's like, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna host it,
right?
And then he runs out the room, and then the next scene is he's showing up in the workroom. Well, actually, no. The next scene is the girls walking into the workroom.
Yeah, the girls do the introduction. So
and the little thing about the introduction, because this is where you come in, and this is where you get a chance to you say a funny little remark or something, and you just come in. It's your first impression, and you say something cute. And I'm just saying, this is just saying. But if now that Priyanka has won, and you guys know that she is a Guyanese, and I am too, if I were to go on Drag Race, I would probably do, Priyanka may have been the first one to win, but she's not the last. That's cute, isn't it, bitch?
You have been working on that for weeks, and I could tell.
But that would be brilliant.
You have been sitting up in your house all day thinking of that line.
No, but that really would be brilliant.
It really, really is.
And then we cut to the confessional, and then I explain how I too have Guyanese like Priyanka, and my ass is gonna win just like her. That would be a gag.
It would be a gag. You are right.
But yes, but yeah, now let's get into them. I had to tell you guys that though. I couldn't not tell you guys that.
So here is Chelsea Boy, who does a kind of self-created ultimate superhero look. So the one thing I will say about all
Well, that's motorcycle because she
Yeah.
literally had the helmet.
But I will say about all these contestants, the majority of them are very attractive, isn't it?
They are attractive.
So yeah, this is a good looking cast. So all the way around. So good bone structure, all really good boy and girl. So we're definitely interested. Space to watch with Chelsea Boy, for sure.
Yeah, I like that motorcycle illusions. Kind of like, remember when Monet Exchange did something like that?
Yeah, I do. I was actually thinking kind of Balenciaga almost when Nicholas Gisquier was there and they did all that moto stuff.
That too.
All those colors, that's what I saw. So that. Oh, and so next was Miss Abby, oh my God, who is from Brazil originally. And then she actually had a backstory that she's been living in Holland with her boyfriend since she was 16. So that
16
was,
though.
yeah, so she's been there for 9 years. So, but I will say about Abby, body, body, body. I mean, that body is incredible. So, and such a cute boy. So cute.
Yeah. She's pretty, yeah, she's cute.
And then we had Megan Schoenenberg. Now, I will say this. This is phonetically not an easy language. So
right.
It is quite hard on the ears. So
right.
we're not going to be reading, this is no Gabriel Garcia.
They all happen to like when they do speak in English, which is interesting. When they do speak in English, do you notice that there's not really much of an accent?
Not only that, but I think that some of the, like we were saying, that's why I was saying gay is a worldwide language. I think a lot of the gay phrases, I don't even think there is a translation to the English, the language.
Yeah. No, but I think, but I don't know. I'm wondering though, like if they all kind of like, or it seems like a lot of them, like if they need to, they will be able to just have a conversation in English if they needed to. Right. And I'm wondering if that's kind of like how Nikki Tutorials is, because she's Dutch as well, and she doesn't have an accent either, but she is from there as well.
Yeah,
but,
well, you know that they teach English in most of the European countries, like
yeah. So it's just like I guess that's why. But it's just like, but I was really impressed. I was just like not impressed. I was like shocked. I was like, oh, I didn't. If I didn't hear him speak before, I was just like, oh, I just thought it's just English. They don't have American almost.
In Dutch, Spanish, and English, and I think maybe even French. And we've got the Dutch, but a little bit of English. I haven't seen much Spanish yet, but yeah, it's very multicultural overall.
That's true. But yeah, so now that being said, now they should have Nikki come on as a judge.
Yeah, I'm sure she will be. I don't probably save her for last. So
yeah.
So, in a long story short, I'm going to butcher all these names. So,
right.
So here is Madame Magnus, who does a very San Francisco queen thing, the bearded queen thing, which a lot of the other queens...
Why you equate it with the San Francisco queen, bitch?
Oh, but I think there's more bearded queens in San Francisco. I mean, the only place that would be competitive with bearded queens would be Portland, Oregon, like this.
I was literally about to say Portland, but that's because of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. But
yeah, you don't see a lot of this in New York or Miami or London. I mean, I'm not saying there's not, but I mean, one of 100.
But I will say she does it really well, because whatever she does to her beard, it's not like the hair doesn't look raised. It almost looks like she painted the beard.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like flush. So she's really good at that.
Yeah, the makeup's quite stunning. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting this whole sort of McQueen vibe from her.
Yeah.
The look.
I'm getting Boy George too.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God, she really is kind of a butcher Boy George. Now that you said it, really, you really hit the money on that. So, I always like, a gender fat queen. So space to watch once again. And then here's Janie Jacquet. I love like a
She's a
animal
gag.
print moment all over, no matter what, just
But that, I mean, it's cute, but it's cute, but at the same time, it's giving me Forever 21.
Oh yeah, I definitely would not say it looked expensive, but maybe that's why I love an animal print moment because it just looks so cheap. I love like a Jackie Stallone
True.
look. Anything that says call this 1-900 number, I always, have a vibe with.
Right. Something you can relate to, honey.
Rude. And then here's Rome. And so she had to lip sync at the end, right? Because like I said, I don't have all the facts straight. Is this the one who had to lip sync at the end, or is this a different one?
Uh, I don't. I can't remember actually. I need to see it to remember.
Yeah, we're gonna have to circle back to this. I think this is the one that has to lip sync. And then here
I want to
is
say no. I think no, because there's another one who looks like her.
oh, okay, maybe it's the other one. And here
But
is
I need
the
to see it to remember.
who supposedly is 26 years old. And I really need to get it. Like I said, I don't have a lot of information on these girls, but I definitely need to be fact checking this information because there was.
Because I was telling Shane, you guys, that if you look closely at her face, it's kind of young-ish. Like I could potentially see the 26. Like you gotta understand, some people do age like really fast, even though they're young.
Here's me looking for the information. Where is the birth certificate? Here's me going through the hospital records.
Well, when she's a boy, she looks a little bit younger. A little bit. When she's in drag, I'm just like, oh, she's giving old lady. That being said, she's not a hideous boy, though.
When was the last time you went to the optometrist? Because those glasses be outdated that you're wearing. Because we're not seeing the same thing. And my prescription is up to date.
Well, what about as just aside from age, though, as a boy?
No,
Can
very
you see
attractive.
something with
I
her?
was like, oh, he's a hot daddy. He had
Yeah,
a
like he gives
body when
daddy.
he was coming out of drag. So yeah, but 26.
But yeah, no, I don't agree with the 26 either. But I'm just saying, like, if you look at his face like that, if you look, there are some 26-year-olds who look like that, honestly.
If that
Especially
is
white, no
true,
shade.
that is the
And
fastest
especially white, no
80
shade.
man I've ever seen.
You said what?
Look, he said I was born sometime in the 90s. So when he said that, I thought he meant the drag was born in the 90s, not he was born in the 90s.
No, bitch.
That would mean he was born in 1994, and that just really frightens me.
She easily could. If she was sitting next to you, I'd be like, oh, they're the same age.
First of all, don't forget who controls the Zoom. I'll end this call right now.
Well, no, I just mean like she looks closer
No
to
bags, no lines. Lovely.
But I definitely wouldn't think she's younger than me.
Like I said, we're going to research this. We're going to research this. I need a birth certificate. I'm going to be like the DMV, like Real ID. I need the birth certificate. I need the Social Security card. I need 2 bills, an electric and a credit card bill.
Right.
I need the receipts.
Okay.
And here is Mama La Queen. So she's 30. And so she was really going on about this whole like drag mother thing. And, and I don't know. I guess I just thought she was a little young to be taking that route.
How old is she?
30. I mean, I guess you're transitioning.
No, yeah.
I guess transitioning to that, I guess, but she was acting like she was, she acted like she was partying at the club when Boy George was around,
That's true.
So I didn't quite get that,
True.
Something
I thought that too. I did
her.
think she was, yeah.
Yeah, something happens to her that's important. So we're going to elaborate on that when we get to it. So keep that one in mind. And then here is Patty Pam Pam.
Wait, what do you mean, on the main stage or in her personal life?
Oh, on the main stage.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then she does this Patty Pam couture with, the tape measure and the pins, which I thought was quite creative.
So I guess she has a line too.
Oh, does she? Oh, okay.
It seems like she has like a couture line, but I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Which is why she made this kind of like nod to like design.
Yeah, I thought this was
with
very
the
Mugler, Moschino 90s.
yeah, and I really like how she managed to even do the pins there sticking out. Like that's really brilliant.
Right, and even this boot, even that nude boot, that was pretty bold move because most people would just be lazy and do black, but she really thought the whole thing out.
She did.
And then here is Envy Peru, who's what you were thinking
They're
of.
sisters, yeah.
So yeah, who is apparently very famous there, and you could see why. I mean, not that she's not an attractive man, but that is really quite the transformation.
It is.
So with that Betty Page look, so that was really incredible, and I love that boot. I think that's a Louboutin boot, so love that. That is body, body, body.
She
So
is serving body, honey.
yeah, and then so you may know this. So her, Abby, and there's a third one. They all live in a house together.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they had said that. And
Oh, I
then
missed that
they
part,
were
I guess.
like, oh, the sisterhood is over. Yeah, because, no shade to Holland whatsoever. I really love the Northern European countries and their way of thinking, but I think this was like all the drag queens they had working in the country. Like, I don't think there was 100 to choose from. I think this was the girls that were working at the.
Well, I wonder what made him choose Holland anyway.
I think it's
I
just
guess he did Canada.
really
Where else?
honestly
But you could have done Paris.
I think it's really just whoever wants to pay for the license, at this point. So, and then, put up the
True.
production money.
Well, I
So,
mean, I guess, yeah, because it's just like, well, I
yeah,
mean, they
I
did
wouldn't,
UK, but it's just like, you
yeah.
could, honestly, you should have did Africa or something.
Berlin actually would be quite interesting. Their drag scene is so subversive.
Oh,
And
Berlin,
then
yeah.
I would love to get into like a Japan or something and get really
Oh,
like
yeah, or Japan, China, yeah, that
Asia,
would have been better. Yeah,
so but I'm sure Paris is right around the corner, but sometimes those countries are very um private, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like, I don't know if Japan would want to put that geisha culture out in the public forum like that. It's been written about a lot, but it hasn't been seen on television a lot.
true. And
So,
China probably wouldn't allow it
yeah,
because they're very
China
strict.
wouldn't allow it. And then Africa, it's such a homophobic country.
And they are
They got
homophobic
to
too.
keep that.
Because you'd have to, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are drag queens there that are
Oh,
underground,
yeah,
but
without doubt. Maybe like South Africa, something like that. Australia would be great too.
oh, yeah, Australia would be good too.
Australia would be great, with Priscilla Queen of the Desert and that nod, to that heritage of drag there. So I'm sure those are bubbling,
Yeah.
just not signed on the
And
list.
how about Miss Rue just sending like a bunch of videos introducing challenges and shit
Oh, honey,
randomly?
Rue is sitting up there in that LA mansion, that Montana compound, just like
Right. She could have honestly did all the videos the same day. Like she could have filmed all the
I,
Canada ones the same day and
honey,
then did the Holland ones the
I
same
think
day.
she did. I think she did. Because Rue is like a one take girl. Like she can hit that mark in 30 seconds. So she's
True.
so used to doing it. So she didn't miss a beat.
True. And then we had
Okay, so then the water challenge, which was so interesting because some people really took to it, pun intended, like a fish to water, and then some people really, really struggled. But I was confused, and I'm curious about your take on this. Like a lot of the queens were wearing coats and like, third pieces, and I'm like, why would you not take off the coat? Like, you're going to struggle with that in the water. Why would you not just take it off before you got
well,
in?
I guess it's just like they wanted to keep their illusion intact, like the whole
I guess, but there's no illusion, if you're like drowning,
right.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, maybe they were just, in the moment and just didn't think it through.
And that
But
too.
another thing was too, a lot of those, entrance looks were so custom and like leathers and silks, and I would have been like, fuck no, am I jumping in the water with this? I'm gonna go change, and I'll see y'all in a minute.
No, because it's just like you act like water is gonna damage some shit. Like it'll be
The
fine. It just needs
that leather outfit that the Chelsea boy was wearing.
yeah, water doesn't necessarily damage leather.
Like not like a spritz of water, yeah, like this, but like jumping in a pool, that outfit's done.
And they may not have used chlorine. Do you think they even used chlorine?
Oh, that's true. That's true. But still, so yeah.
Because I was perplexed onto why the container looks so like why does it have the lines? They couldn't just get regular glass. Like it couldn't be just glass.
I think it probably just structurally probably couldn't hold.
Oh.
So, it's like those aquarium tanks, like, at the Monterey, aquarium, for example. I mean, they're like,
Well, those are like big. Those don't really have like pillars in the middle.
Yeah, I think that and once again, it's the first season, so I think the
That's true.
production value is like,
But this was giving me very much America's Next Top Model challenge.
oh yeah, no, without question, without doubt. So, yeah, so there are a few standouts in this. Abby won, and of course she looks flawless here.
Yeah, she was the
Bearded
one
Queen,
serving the most.
the bearded queen looked really amazing. Ava Peru looked really incredible, and then some of them, as you can see, couldn't even get a shot at
Right.
them because and then the wigs were coming off left and right, and it was
Yeah.
you
The
could
one
you.
that one with the who was 26 or whatever, she just took her wig off it.
Oh no, it came off. She didn't
I
take
know,
it.
and then
It
she just like
came off.
threw it away.
Yeah,
She didn't try putting it back on.
yeah, it
But
did.
she's basically kind of like Jimbo.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be the Jimbo of the season without question. So, but
Yeah.
we always need a big gaudy queen like that.
Yeah.
So in every drag race worldwide. So
True.
then they go to the challenge right away. So they
And the challenge is also
drag.
before we get to the challenge, they were also told that they need to give a short little reason why they should stay. So they worked on
Right.
that.
And then
And then
it was really quick. There was like not a lot of banter. It was basically the water tank, they de-drag, they
yeah.
back in drag, and then this is like best drag plus their line.
Well, no, this isn't best drag. This is queen. Like you have to come as a queen.
Oh, right, that's true. I mean, yeah, I guess I kept confusing it with best queen child or best drag because a lot of them didn't do a queen. So I think they kind of like
They
tried
all
to
tried
spin
to do
it.
queens, but
Yeah, they
huh?
tried to spin it and be like, I'm Beyonce. And I was like, girl, you had that in your wardrobe already. You didn't have money to make something. Let's not
But
get
hers was clever because that's the one who won. But
Yeah,
we'll get
but
to it.
yeah, I thought well, we're gonna get into it. I'll tell you who I thought
Yeah.
should have won when we get to it.
Mhm.
Okay, so here's Chelsea Boy is the alien queen, which is very much of her ilk. I mean, it wasn't anything we wouldn't see at like Oasis in San Francisco or,
Right.
Wick, Brooklyn. But it was effective. I mean, it met the brief and, you know, it was good.
It's cute for what it is, yeah.
So I was loving Carnival Queen, Miss Abby.
Carnival Queen's cute.
So, because she looked incredible. I mean, she looked fish. She looked
Yeah, she's
woman.
giving woman.
Yeah, she was giving you that Blair St. Clair lady,
Right.
So that for sure. So we loved her. So and then poor Megan Schooner Brood.
Right.
Sad Diana Ross outfit. So
Like I get where she was going from it because she was trying to do a nod to the Wiz as well. And I want to give her tens for even knowing that. I was just like, they have the Wiz there? No shade. I haven't even seen the Wiz fully. So I was just like, you were able to have that as a reference. I'm like, okay, I'm
let me
impressed.
just stop right there. You should be embarrassed to be gay that you have not seen The Wiz in full. And you're black.
Well, it's more because I'm black too. But yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Because I don't know if that many gays have seen it, no shade.
Well,
Or that many white gays have seen it, no shade.
get on down the road.
Well, like, I mean, I know the songs and stuff. I haven't like fully seen it. Like I saw like parts
And
of
you're
it,
a
but
musical queen.
I know. But I know that I need to see it, but I will.
So,
But
I had empathy for her, with her, we find out she's deaf later, and
but
so
she can slay for being deaf. No one
oh
would
yeah.
know.
Not only that, but just I mean, take all the like gay semantics out of it. I mean, the girl can read lips like really carefully. She was keeping up. She was never
Right.
like, not only that, most a lot of deaf people have, some type of stutter or, some sort of
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
accent.
Like, I don't know if she actually does have it, but we can't pick up on it because we don't know the language. But
Right, yeah, but you really couldn't, until she said it, I didn't realize
I
it was
would have
wrong.
I never thought anything.
Yeah,
She's really good.
so good for her. She is handy capable, honey.
Yeah. Okay.
And then now, Madame Madness. So this was, very McQueen, very British. She really.
Queen of Hearts. This is cute. She's giving me very much Alice in Wonderland and
Yeah,
Wonderland realness. Like.
yeah, and I like she did the beard and red, and it really wasn't fully realized.
And then she pulled off the back, and you see her ass. That's cute.
And then Janie Jacquet, who won, and so I thought it was.
Because she said Queen Bee, so it's smart when you think about it. Because she's the Queen Bee. So she came out just giving you like Queen Bee, but then she turns it off, and then it's also Queen Bee. And when she turns the leotard, then it's Queen Bee like Beyonce. So it's the two meanings of Queen Bee. So I do think that's cute.
Maybe I didn't catch all that the first time around. So okay, all right. Tens for you. Tens for you. Now you kind of took me through that.
Yeah.
And then here's Rome. So Rome did have to lip sync for her life. So the judges
That was who had to lip. So yeah, it was
not
Rome. Yeah.
because of this. They did
And
not.
as she should have.
They didn't like her little Herman Munster shoes.
Well,
And
she's
her,
also giving us just like skinny twink boy body. It's like no
yeah.
pads really.
Yeah,
She kind of has pads, but it's
yeah,
not
and it
enough.
wasn't
And
even
then
so much that, it just wasn't very drag, and I know that there's a lot of argument about what drag is or isn't, but, this just seemed like a girl who could have been, like, walking around the limelight in 1992, so
right.
it just wasn't, it was more like party goer than it was
And
drag.
they had a problem with her shoes. If you go back, there's like a picture of those shoes.
Yeah,
It's just like you're on RuPaul's Drag Race, you need to be on a heel at all times on the red carpet. There's just no exception. I mean, the red
Right,
carpet on
and,
the main stage.
I'm shocked that these young girls haven't picked that up because they've grown up on the show,
Right. I'm just like, at this point, you can't hit the main stage without a heel.
I mean, who could forget that read, with Shishi Devane when she wore that jazz flat, from Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
So poor Shishi, though, rest
You
in
mean
peace.
Chi-Chi.
Oh, I always call her Shishi instead of Chi-Chi.
But yeah, no, yeah. Like at this point, everyone knows. So I don't understand why everyone, why would she pack that? Doesn't even, like, no, she deserved to be in the bottom.
I hope they buried Shishi with that little Chi-Chi with that little jazz flat.
No.
Rest her soul.
Yes, but
all right, now this was my favorite from certain.
This was my favorite too. I thought this should have won.
This should have won, and I'm really confused why it didn't, because it was so intricate and it was so innovative, and they were like,
I thought it was genius.
Marie Antoinette, and I was like, are you fucking blind?
Yeah, she literally has a whole cake in there, a tower cake in there too.
Yeah, it was incredible. So
that's brilliant.
I am shocked she didn't win. And even her hair and makeup and this big bouffant wig, so good. And then poor Mama McQueen, she had this really intricate sort of curtain, entrance, and then the reveal with, the religious matriarch. And then, when she was exiting, the crown fell off of her head, and probably just from the sheer weight of the crown. But I'm just shocked because, she's not a young queen, so I'm just really shocked.
But she panicked when it happened too. You should have picked it up and been like, turned it into a gag or a kiki. She just literally panicked, and you saw on her face.
I think it's just hard, when you get there and the television camera is on, and it's just, you're so out of that club element that she just flipped, so, because I think you could tell she's a perfectionist, and she just wanted everything to go perfect. And then she probably did secure that thing on her head to the nth degree, and then for it to fall, she probably just put her head, the weight too much, so I felt bad for her, and she really got read for it by the judges. And then here's Patty Pam Pam as Freddie Mercury. I always have a hard time with, like,
I thought that was a reach.
Yeah, that was a
little bit of a reach.
Yeah, definitely was a
reach.
Is,
I mean, he is a queen. Freddie Mercury is a queen, but it's just like, it's a reach to make him like the queen like that.
And that is a meaty tuck right there.
That is
a meaty tuck. So, and then you know what? He really, he looks like a boy. His face doesn't necessarily lend to drag in the way that Abby Oh My God's face does,
True.
They or Honey Mahogany. So it's like, girl, you need to like beat that to femininity. You need to be doing no gender play.
True.
So
true.
That did not work, because she looks like herself. This is basically like a hairstyle that she could have,
Yeah, she does look like herself.
And then Envy Peru giving you Maxima, Queen of the Night. Now, are you familiar with who that is?
No, I'm not. But I know she's turning it though. It's cute.
So I'm not really sure if that's like a literary character or if that's a television character, but it must be some sort of,
Well, I think it's actually a real queen though.
It must be. So, but she looks good. So good for her.
Right. She turned that.
So then
and then the lip sync.
And this one, I cannot pronounce her name, had to lip sync. And then, it was pretty even. Like, I didn't really have
You
like,
think? No, I think the deaf one Slater.
oh, you do? So I thought it was okay. But, after that whole, confession, about being deaf, I mean, they couldn't send her home. It would have been so heartless.
But I think even if she didn't do it, she would have went home. She slayed that girl. That thing was bopping around like a little frail thing and not
Yeah,
being
and
on
it's
in
like
sync.
you cannot do Madonna's Express Yourself in those like Herman Munster shoes.
Right.
That is just not gonna work. But what I lived for, because I do this all the time, is like when Fred was at the judges panel and he was like, "Don't go for sex."
Right.
I mean, she was living the
Rue does that sometimes too.
but Rue's controlled it over the years, but Fred was like really living the fantasy.
True. He was, and it's the first episode.
So
He's feeling
blessed.
himself.
So there's a lot of talent in this room.
Oh, we didn't even speak on those judges.
I didn't realize there was more slides.
Well, no, there wasn't a slide, but
Yeah. Fred
I'm
looked
just
Fred looked really great. I love what
yeah.
Fred
But
wore.
one of the judges was a designer, and
Yeah, it's like Canada. I do not know who
yeah, but
people are. I would pass them in the airport and keep on walking. So
yeah, there was like a
really,
comedian. One of them was a comedian, and then one of them, I guess, is kind of like one of the like I don't know, like she's like their version of that one from Canada. That one, that squirrel
I
friend. I
hope
guess it's
that
like
they
that.
get more of the like
She seems like that,
bigger.
huh?
I hope that they get some of the more bigger Northern European celebrities, like a Robin, or maybe some of the members of ABBA.
Oh yeah, Robin would be good. Well,
Hell,
Robin's been on ours on American already,
yeah.
so
I mean, hell, I'd settle for ABBA teens, so at the judging
right.
panel, because I didn't know who any of these people are. Be gagged if like Bjork came,
Oh, that'd be a gag.
So
They really should do Nikki tutorials, so they better.
yeah, Nikki Tutorials. I'm sure she's going to be on here, so there's no doubt she probably not missed this. So there's a lot of talent. This is a really good group. So I'm curious to see more of the performance aspect of their personalities. So because the makeup's good, the outfits are good, so they really turned it. There were really not a lot of weak links here. So, because the two weakest links had a lip sync already. So,
Yeah, but I wouldn't call the deaf one the weakest link though, because she was good though.
so
It was just she had an unfortunate moment with that ensemble, but
Diana Ross, like they said, if you have to do,
I think later she's gonna end up winning challenges and shit because she's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, an interesting thing about deaf performers, I at least know this from dance. I'm not speaking for every deaf performer in the performing arts, but deaf dancers actually hear the timing in the floor. Like they count it, and then they can hear the vibrations in the floor because when one sense is gone, the other senses are more alive. So I've always found that really, really fascinating. So that could be an element that transfers to her performance as well, because in the clubs, the beat is pulsating so much, so it's almost like a metronome,
True.
time things. So
all I know is she was in sync as fuck with her lip sync, and it was tight. So she better fucking slay, honey.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah, like you said, don't sleep on her. Don't sleep on her.
Yeah, don't sleep on her for sure.
Mm-hmm. So curious space to watch. So, all right. Well, we'll be back pretty soon. So with episode 2.
Yes. So, but in the meantime, everyone subscribe down below.
All right.
Bye, you guys.
All right. Bye.